but it's that paper got you on me. Can I keep it real for a second, baby? Would you judge me?
Hi, everyone. We've got a good one for you tonight. It's Game 3 of the NBA Cup for both of these teams. Let's get started. Here with... This is Game 3 for these teams in the NBA Cup Tournament group play. That adds an extra level of intensity, doesn't it?
Kevin, it certainly does, especially because one of these teams has much more to lose. At this point, only one of them might be playing to advance in this tournament.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. We've got Durant. Young is out there with Bridges. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Reed in at the center position. No one near Smith as he lets it go. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist.
And that's a nice shot from mid-range there. Smith must continue to knock it down at that level.
And the shot goes in.
You know, he had room to operate, but added a little fade on that shot just for good measure.
The kick out to Brown. No good with the triple. New York comes into this following a loss to the Brooklyn Nets. Bridges outside. Durant in the corner. Back to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer. Rebound by Smith.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball on the three-point line.
Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Out to Bridges. Back to Durant. Over Giddey. Again, the miss by KD.
Well, this guy typically a nice touch from mid-range, but obviously can't make them all.
And the state of North Carolina is a powerhouse, Doris. You know that in college hoops. Can that translate, do you think, to the Hornets?
Kevin, what we know, what the research tells us, is that college basketball fans are just that, and NBA fans are just that. Those two fan bases don't generally cross over. The Hornets need to focus on winning, however, because in America, everybody loves a winner. Boy, if this becomes a consistent part of Josh Giddey's game, look out, because that three-point shot is going to make him so dangerous.
Here's KD. Goes to the fadeaway and cans it. Durant's got his second bucket tonight.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Basket counts. Durant's got 6.
I'll tell you clearly, this guy has found his rhythm. He's attacking with confidence early.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you. Franz Wagner was asked to describe his game, and he said, I don't know if there's someone who I would say I play really close to. I'm like a tall guard. I try to do a lot of different stuff out there, and I hope when you see me play, you see that I'm having fun and I'm playing for the right reasons. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Here's Durant, and there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And no questioning the greatness of Kevin Durant. But, Greg, trying to get back into championship contention.
Yeah, and since his 2 titles with the Warriors, disappointment with the Nets and Suns, can he get a shot at another ring?
First one falls for him. No doubt, Jaylen Brown is one of the most gifted isolation scorers in the league right now, Doris.
He is one of those guys, Kevin, that you do not want to be defending on an island. Jaylen Brown is an elite athlete, but he is also a 3-level scorer, which makes him almost impossible to handle.
The shot by KD. No good. Giddey against McCollum. Robinson with the block.
Rim protection at its finest. Mitchell Robinson, such a presence.
Diawara, the pass to McCollum. Brown against KD. Kicks it out to McCollum. To the paint, and stolen by Wagner. Here's Giddey. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Well, starting that whole thing off is the steal, the anticipation by Wagner, just making an impact where he can.
Durant up top. He's covered by Brown. Durant, the pass to McCollum. Inside. Diawara with the bucket.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems from whomever he's facing.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Hornets lead by 2. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is the group Mike Brown has right now. We've got Mitchell Robinson, C.J. McCollum out there with Trae Young. Then it's Malik Monk. And it's Jovic in at the power forwards position.
I'll tell you, delivering the basketball in tight spots is not easy, but he made it look that way.
Here's Young. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
When you watch Young, there's a courage to his game.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul. Smith checked in for Isaiah Jackson. And the Knicks.
Are you going to write on it now, Albert? Later? That's it coming inside now? I wanted to see the card. He's walking inside. Also put it away in the...
Making a change here as well. Caruso's checked in. Smith outside. Now here's Hayes. Guarded by Robinson. And Hayes kicks to Giddey. A 3-ball. Knicks with the rebound. And this is the first time matched up with the Hornets this season.
And even though they're one of the top teams, they dropped the season series to this squad. So sometimes matchups play a role.
Maintained his concentration beautifully as he double clutched and laid it in against some tight D.
Charlotte making a switch. Wagner's checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Durant's checked in. And that one's good. Wagner.
That's about simply playing hard. Wagner doing what it takes to find a shot in the interior.
And Doris, you see the talent on this Knicks squad, but there's always been questions about the intangibles they possess.
What's fascinating, Kevin, is this team built slowly and methodically and with great patience. And then they took a couple of big swings. It doesn't result in a championship, and now you evaluate everything.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
And it goes down 2 points. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
You love it when a guy can put a slow start behind him and begin to ramp it up.
And Hayes throws it down.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. It seems to be an overlooked part of Trae Young's game, but GA, he's led the NBA in total assists a few times.
No doubt. You're listening to think about Trae shooting, scoring, but he also runs the offense.
Make me open the door. 12-year-old walking in. Man, you really love that shirt.
Yeah, he made me open the lock because there was fog on it. picture with a sweater on, isn't it? Excuse me, 12 kisses.
Did he take it empty or did he fill it up?
I took it. I filled it up. I took it.
Did you look?
You're 12. We need to cut it.
From the haircut?
Yeah, like a lot of. I like it. I like it big. But that's the thing. It's not big anymore. It's going like this. But that's better.
How's it feel being 12, man? Huh?
Really well and wants to facilitate.
And the Hornets making a change here. Brown's checked in. Then for the Knicks.
Do it now.
Reed, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Royce O'Neal comes in for Monk. And it's Bridges in for McCollum. Bridges against Brown. New York, no good that time either. Charlotte in the lead. Smith the pass to Wagner. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Let's double check, man. You said that on
Wagner's got
Friday.
his third basket of the night right there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Giddey finds Wagner. Yep, that one goes in there. Wagner's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
And they've had assists now.
You start tomorrow, your class, your team?
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Jenkins, he's checked in for Charlotte. And the Knicks making a change here as well. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Trae Young. And a clever pass fake kept the D from closing in. McCollum's got his first bucket of the night. Hornets leading by 4. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Back to you, Kevin.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much. Durant inside. He's defended by Wagner. Here's McCollum. It's rebounded by Jenkins. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Brown. Fires for 3. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got his 4th rebound in this one. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Reed with a screen from McCollum. He takes it in. Hornets with the rebound.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Brown kicks to Jenkins. This one for 3. And so it's Franz Wagner making highlights for Charlotte. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be right back after this.
Well, any impression, you knuckleheads?
Yeah, I can do a few. My best is probably Shaq. He meant impressions of the standings, not.
And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a tough start for the New York Knicks. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You look at Franz Wagner in this game, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
They've got Josh Giddey. Jabari Smith is out there with Franz Wagner. Then there's Brown, and it's Lopez, and at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group starting the second half for Charles Lee.
Boy, if you allow Kevin Durant to play in space, in transition, you can turn the lights out.
Fighters from 14, and that one's good, Wagner. Wagner's got 13 points. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, looking at the Eastern Conference this season, as much uncertainty as I can remember with regard to the pecking order, with injuries shifting the balance power, things very much up in the air. And there's some up-and-coming teams seeming to sense an opportunity to make their move.
Certainly something to watch. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. New York moving the ball around. Here's KD. Got it from 16 feet. He's got 12.
Boy, you have got to be pleased with the start of this third quarter. 3 for 4 out of the gate. Just keep your rhythm now.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the new power rankings, still only the first month of the season. Here's a chance to compare early returns. Take a look at the polls. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And, you know, I think New York, they're just hanging steady. Middle of the pack, middle of the road. Call it what you want. That's where they find themselves.
Pass to Smith. Shoots from the line. Again, the Hornets score.
Oh, he's hot coming out of the break. 3 up, 3 down.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. So here we are, right in the middle of the group stage of the NBA Cup. And here are the standings.
At this point, if you're towards the bottom of the group, it's going to be hard to climb up. It's really tough making the knockout stages. Only 4 of the 15 teams in each conference advance.
On the high post, good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Young.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
First team foul.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Giddey the pass to Lopez, and that's a foul called on Naz Reid. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Brown kicks to Wagner. Pass to Smith. Five on the clock. Brown down low. He's against Bridges. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And GA, you started your career with the Knicks. What memories do you have from your time in New York?
Well, after winning the championship in college, it was great to play for a team in the NBA that had similar aspirations. So many great veterans to learn from and a Hall of Fame coach.
Lopez dishes to Smith. Here's Giddey. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 5 rebounds tonight, and so Mike Brown calls a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. He's checked in for Jabari Smith. And then for New York, Robinson's checked in for Royce O'Neal, and McCollum subbed in for Bridges.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
KD against Wagner. Durant, it's good. This game is all even. Durant's got 9 points here in the second half. Giddey the pass to Lopez. Brown outside. Now here's Giddey. It's good from long range.
Well, instant offense. He's shot ready on the catch, Josh Giddey. Yes, sir.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Young against Giddey. And Young kicks to Durant. Shot clock at 6. Young with the ball. Defended by Giddey. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And some changes here for the Hornets. Williams comes in for Brook Lopez. And it's Jenkins in for Franz Wagner. They get a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking coming up for the Charlotte Hornets. On Friday, they'll be taking on Jared Allen and the Chicago Bulls. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jaren Jackson and the Toronto Raptors.
And you know for that matchup with New York, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory. And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Pass to Durant. Fades back. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
Yet another monster night for Kevin Durant, one of the best scoring forwards in the history of the game.
And here is Giddey. Shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
Young pass to Robinson, and Robinson throws it down.
Well, Mitchell Robinson will take it to the rim with authority every chance he gets.
Katie against Brown. Takes a 3. No good on that one. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Charlotte up by 4. And when we return... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, we've got C.J. McCollum, Alex Caruso out there with Mitchell Robinson. And it's Young and it's Monk in at the small forward position. Here's Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
And showing some fearlessness there. Smith doesn't mind getting hit while taking the shot.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hardy's checked in. So, GA, Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
Young with the steal. Robinson kicks to Young. Back to Robinson. Nice defense from Wagner.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Okay, time for an injury report.
I was able to catch up with New York's head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. It's an injury that may have sidelined some players, but they've cleared him to return. I'm sure he'll be playing through some pain, but he'll try to get through it.
Allie, thanks as always.
What's remarkable to me, though, is how resilient players in the NBA are and the quality of the training staff and the approach they take in the rehab process. And that really helps accelerate the return to play, which is what every organization is trying to do.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Some changes for Charlotte. Brooke Lopez is checked in for Hayes. Jaylen Brown comes in for Hardy. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Jenkins. The Knicks also changing it up. Reed, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Durant comes in for Malik Monk. And Mikal Bridges subbed in for McCollum. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. Coach was urging his team to play strong defense, reminding them no easy hoops, give effort, and help when needed. They do say defense wins championships, guys.
We appreciate it, Allie. Thank you. And he hits from 17.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
Charlotte leading by 3. Outside Brown. He's off from 3.
I'll tell you, he has not been at his best, but they're winning, and that's all that matters.
Lopez with the steal, and a fast break now for the Hornets. Brown with it, guarded now by Durant. Jaylen Brown running the floor.
Oh, Jaylen Brown with the big shot, proving hard work pays off.
And so it's Mike Brown here calling timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Knicks trail by 5. Young outside. Now Caruso. Right side Durant. And he sinks the fadeaway J.
Yeah, Kevin Durant calmly steps into that shot with the game hanging in the balance. Love it.
Durant with the steal. Durant driving the lane.
We know Kevin Durant is one of the elite players in the NBA, and if there's a big shot to be made, he wants to take it.
Jaylen Brown hit the 3.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
KD against Wagner. That doesn't go. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's Brown. Poked away, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bridget. O'Neal's check in for New York. It's a 1-point game, and down it goes.
That is a big one, folks. Giddey gives them exactly what they need when they need it.
Here's Durant, and stolen by Wagner. Now Giddey. Nice execution down low.
Oh, my goodness, Josh Giddey in a big-time moment decides to knock it down.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Now Reed. Now Durant. 5 to shoot. Does not go. And that's an intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Oh, Giddey. Here's Wagner. Takes the 3. Reed with the rebound.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And they've got to be efficient with the clock. Quick score, quick foul. Kevin Durant loves late game chances. Boy, he's been in the spot many times, and he shows you how it's done.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
It's stolen by Smith. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it, but I got the video I can share and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it, so be it.
This is culturally inappropriate.
Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it.
Welcome, everyone, to the final matchup before the knockout round. Things are starting to get a little chippy. Everyone jostling for that. A really important game for the NBA Cup tournament tonight. Both of these teams are still alive, Greg.
Well, BA, despite losing in cup games, they can still advance into the knockout stages. So they both have a lot to play for. This should be a fun one.
Here's the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. Jeremy Grant out there with Aaron Gordon. Then there's Amen Thompson. Then there's De'Aaron Fox. And it's Bagley in at the center position. Nice shot by Durant.
Add KD's mid-range J to the game's unblockable shots alongside the sky hook and the step-back three.
Pass to Gordon. Right at the free throw line. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
And obviously their goal right now is to feed him the ball and get him going.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Nice pass by Bridges. Just keeping his options open out there.
Gordon outside. From 15 feet away. And it's New York with a rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Hornets.
It's never easy to win games when you're missing free throws. They had to be better.
Well, if you want to win away from home, quite simply, you have to make your free throws.
And that one's good by Durant.
Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
Grant, is it fair to call Kevin Durant one of the most unique players we've ever seen?
Without a doubt, B.A., most definitely. The blend of size and perimeter skill, unprecedented. KD able to rise up and score over most any defender.
Well, this offense is off to an outstanding start. They're communicating, executing, and finding great shots.
And Young, here we go, goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Yeah, and despite his size, Young is never intimidated taking it off the dribble.
With the drive, the shot's good. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Knicks.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
The fadeaway. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. Durant's got 6.
Oh, my. Sinking yet another mid-range jumper.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Trae Young. That's his first foul of the game. Grant, you're involved with helping the NBA grow the game globally. How important are those initiatives?
You know, BA, it's very important to watch how the game has grown over the last 30 years that I've been connected with the NBA. Is quite staggering, but there's more work to be done. So every initiative, every appearance, every camp, every game is so vitally important as we continue to spread the game of basketball all over the world.
Fader on the way, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Give him 8.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it.
On the wing, Durant. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. Shoots over Grant, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. All right, a chance to check out stats for Jeremy Grant.
He's been really dialed in from deep during these last 5 games. Looking assertive and in control every time he rises up to shoot from beyond the three-point line. And it's been fun to watch.
Gordon, the pass to Williams. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Monk finds McCollum. From the high post. Jump shot is good.
Oh, man. They have really heated up from mid-range.
The Bucks trail by 10. Looks for three. Tries again. And Bagley with the lay-in. Bagley's got his second basket.
Well, second chance points are all about a lack of effort defensively. Those buckets would drive me nuts.
McCollum on the wing. Over Fox. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
You have to credit the game plan going in, especially at the offensive end, where they were just so relentless.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
And they've made themselves easy pickings. Sloppy ball control creates an easily converted turnover.
And so it's New York, earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. They've been dominant down low. More NBA on 2K Sports right after the... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from the Knicks?
Well, you have to love their activity level at the defensive end, racking up those steals.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
C.J. McCollum is out there with Trae Young. Then it's Alex Caruso. Then it's Max Strus. And it's Robinson in at the 5. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
Well, plenty of aggression from Caruso right there.
New York shooting their first free throw of the night. And, Coach, some tough luck for the Bucks with injuries to their star players in recent years.
Yeah, well, last season, Lillard went down with the Achilles. Before him, Chris Middleton battled injuries. Even Giannis had his share. In this league, it's not enough to just be good. You need to have some luck, too.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, B.A. Trae Young is getting recognition for his playmaking. He said, I've been top 5 in assists since I've been in this league, but I've been able to score so easily. People consider that selfish at times. I'm not even worrying about what people got to say. I know what I do. Brian, back to you.
Tuning out the noise. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Williams from long range. Caruso grabs the board. New York leading by 13. Young looking around. Pass to Strus. Done with a steal. Now Milwaukee moving it up. It's hauled in by Robinson. The Knicks have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's Young. Stolen. Here's Wesley. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Kevin Durant, he's checked in for Strus. Here's Robinson. Milwaukee with the rebound. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Here's Thompson. Buries it down low.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
On the wing, Durant. Over Grant. New York again can't hit.
Great contest of the shot. Kind of forced him to fade back more than he'd like.
And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for New York. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. They'll be hosting Toronto for their next one. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Here's Durant. Nails it. He's now 6 for 8 from the floor.
Well, he's been very reliable tonight. Not wasting any chances. Really using his head.
Gordon, he's checked in for Williams. And now we have a minute here to take a look at which teams are playing the toughest defense. New York, number 1.
Well, they allow the fewest points per game in the league. Sometimes that can be a factor of pace. But safe to say, when you're number 1, your team is elite at the defensive end.
Thompson outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Out to Bagley. And stolen by Caruso. shoots a fadeaway. Oh, Durant playing big in the paint.
Durant just going to work inside, outsmarting the defense and getting the close range look.
Stolen by Young. Into the lane. And that one drops for him. Young's got his third bucket of the night.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
He put a little flair on that one.
Yes, he did. Man, he's a strong finisher, huh? Pass to Durant. 1:04 left in the first half of this one. And it's Bagley with the rebound. Bagley's got 4 rebounds now. Fox the pass to Gordon. Oh, Robinson with a block. And there's going to be a foul. He definitely made contact with the ball, and in doing so, also got the body. So we'll see free throws here. It's his first trip to the line.
When you watch Gordon, you can see what a great sense of timing he has. His movement is sharp, and he'll take advantage of a lazy defense.
McCollum on the left side. Durant, pass to Bridges. Clock at 6. Shoots over Thompson, and the basket by Bridges. Bridges has got his first basket.
Oh, so solid from the mid-range. Bridges understands when to rise up from there.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Releases from 15, and Grant gets it to go. Now here's Durant. He's got 14. Reed sets a screen. Here's McCollum. Oh, and he missed the J after tricking the D with a nifty pass fake. And so it's New York going into the break up 12. Well, when you win the battle of turnovers, you typically win the battle of possessions. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
And get ready.
Well, I think about when I was coming up. The emphasis on protecting the ball, it's not always demanded of guys now.
That's been the... Ooh, it's time. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
And on the floor for Doc Rivers as we get into the second half. We've got Jeremy Grant, Amen Thompson out there with De'Aaron Fox. Then it's Marvin Bagley, and it's Gordon in at the power forward position.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
The Bucks trail by 10. Throws it up high, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it. And let's take this time to check out the small forwards who have been scoring well over the last 10 games. Second is Kevin Durant.
And these are some of the most dangerous players in the league. Just capable of getting hot and taking over a game in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, and production from the small forward spot is critical. These players carry a huge load of their team's scoring output. It takes a lot of pressure off the other 4 guys out there.
Here's Young. He's got 6. And what you like about Jeremy Grant, the consistency from year to year, Stan.
Yeah, B.A., he can shoot it, but defensively, you can put him on the opponent's best scorer. 3 and D and then some. Such a reliable vet for this team.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense. It's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
Thompson outside. Stolen by Bridges. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's a 12-point Knick lead.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. building this lead in every way possible. And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
On the wing, Grant. Banked it in off the glass. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, Grant has added range, but hasn't lost anything in close.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Fox against Young. Pass to Durant. With the fadeaway. And the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Fox, the pass to Bagley. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Bagley's got 8.
I love how unafraid they are to mix it up in the paint.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, thanks a lot. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about U.S. youth development in hoops. He said when young players are a part of a singular organization, there's much more of an incentive to bring players along as opposed to a win-now mentality, and that's something that we can learn from Europe. PA?
Taking that long view approach. All right, thank you, Allie. It's stolen by Fox. Down low. Bagley passes to Fox. Nice D from Reed.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Pass to Bridges. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Thanks. Well, this new three-point era started with Stephen Curry, and it's really in the last decade that we're seeing the long-distance game extend to the center position. If you look at the list of recent champions, it seems it's also not a luxury, but a necessity to have a paint presence who can also stretch the floor from deep.
A nightmare to contain. All right, Shams, appreciate the report. Durant, the pass to Diawara. Powered down after the assist, led him to the lane.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
And so timeout here by Doc Rivers. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Well, I know what their coach is preaching in this huddle. Can you guys please stop turning it over?
A new lineup here for New York. And 1:01 left to play in the third quarter here. Dunn outside. Pass to Williams. Some nice passing by Milwaukee here. Just 5 on the clock. Milwaukee, no good that time either. New York leading by 10. Caruso with it. McCollum taking his time here. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Pass to Sims. Now here's Gordon. Shoots over Caruso. And it's New York with a rebound. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now. McCollum right side. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
And credit him for understanding the situation and coming.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Knicks out.
Hey, guys, I told you, one bucket at it.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Alex Caruso is out there with Max Strus. And then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Young in at the point. That's the 5 for New York right now. Unloads. Back to Caruso. Pass to Young. Screen by Robinson. Goes back up. And he gets the bucket. And the Knicks lead by 14.
Well, he is such a confident shooter. Young just taking what the defense gives him there.
Dunn right side. The 3 ball. They get it back. Young against Fox. Robinson, a screen on Fox. Young, the pass to Robinson. Misses the baby hook.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
I would imagine it's nearly impossible to not get fired up after that play.
Grant, check these guys out on the bench. Their reaction says it all. They are fired up. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for New York. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Bagley's checked in. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Mike Brown was just reviewing the plan of his team. He said, this is who we are. This is the pace. Don't let up. He said it doesn't matter if they go on a run. What matters is how we respond. They plan to respond with a fury, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And it's Fox missing.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another three to fall.
To the inside. Back with a steal. It's a one-on-one situation.
Well, no, I smell a spray. I don't smell fruit. I smell out of spray.
Oh, nice D from McCollum.
Honestly, guys, that's a shot you would expect your players to make.
Strus finds Durant. Shot clock at 6. Bagley rips down the board. The Bucks trail by 14. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, I've been a little surprised by how many mid-range jump shots they're taking and hitting. But so far, that seems to be the recipe that's working for them.
Well, another thing they've been doing right in this one is making the most of turnovers. Lots of points for them tonight off of them.
The first one falls. And he can't hit the second. New York leading by 13. Here's McCollum. Oh, he gets it off before the buzzer. What a shot.
Yeah, great poise from McCollum. These kinds of pressure situations don't really get to him.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now. Fox against Young. Now Grant, the 17-footer. Rebounded by Strus. Outside Durant. Pulls it from 20. And that basket is good.
It really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
It's money from deep.
And the distance between the point totals for these teams tells the whole story. Just a fantastic effort, and you have to give it up for the Knicks.
Their transition game was the standout for me. Created a lot of extra pressure pushing the ball.
I agree. They took control of the tempo and were really dictating the terms of the game.
And they earned win number 9. Each win so important in this league.
And that's an important win. You never like to lose 2 in a row to a team, especially if you only see them 3 times.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Kevin Durant.
The scoring effort from him, unreal. Carrying this team, I mean, he was amazing tonight.
Outside Bridges. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Substitution on the court.
Now the Bucks with it. It's an 18-point game. Book it! That one goes!
Assist from Johnson.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for New York. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Jams it home!
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Johnson fires. Can't hit it. Here's Diawara. Durant. And so New York takes this one by a big margin. And that. All right, Allie, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
Yeah, talking Stazzy. Is it Finding Dory? Yeah. Not even Dory. This is Finding Dory. The movie.
散了才能聚，你不出手，说了再这一把，愿花钱交朋友，卖艺高人长大，让他回馈下社会先，摸到那顶皇冠后，找你做事人太多，事情两。
over, but you always on your grind. Not taking advantage, start taking your time. Can't use the peace of mind. So much on your shoulder.
And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. It's an exciting Sunday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. And how about we check the numbers for Lou Dort?
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Kenrich Williams out there with Embiid. Then there's Murray. Then it's Lou Dort. And it's Wells in at the small forward position. Well, you won't find many point guards with better physical tools, Tim, than DeJounte Murray.
Well, Kevin, he's 6'4" with a 6'10" wingspan. That makes him disruptive defensively, and he is more than capable on the other end.
Murray kicks to Williams. Pass to Dort. Embiid dishes to Murray. Raptors moving the ball around. Dort passes to Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. Wells wide open. They get the rebound. Fires from deep. And it's Durant with the rebound. And KD's got the ball here for New York. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Mike Brown had a few moments to share with me. They're taking on DeJounte Murray, the long, skilled guard, and coach telling me pregame, when he's locked in defensively, Murray is a problem. He can create havoc on the perimeter. Plus, I like how over the years he's built on his offensive game. DeJounte is such a solid player. Kevin, back to you.
And as always, Allie, great job. Thank you.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here's Bridges. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Raptors have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. To the middle, a steal. Here's Diawara. He's guarded by Williams. Right side, Kevin Durant. It's a very good look and converts.
And the defense has to be aware of KD at all times, especially when he's hovering around that mid-range.
To the left wing, from the arc, and there's Wells. That's good on the assist by Murray. So, Tim, for teams off to a really slow start, there's pressure to get it together before it's too late, and there's not enough time to make it up.
Well, it's early, so teams still have time. I think some teams have been affected by injury or just slow starts by individual players. It's not too late, but you can't wait too long either.
Now Bridges, after Lou Dort's three-pointer that didn't go. Durant down low. By Wells, and that one's good. Durant.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
And that's one of Murray's go-to moves. He gets you on your heels and then just pulls up on a string.
Young finds Reed. Here's Diawara. KD is screen. Down low. Rebound by Williams. And Murray's got the ball here for the Raptors. Here's Wells. Off target from outside.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Young dishes to Durant. 1:12 left to play in the first. The crossover, and it's good on the way in. KD's got 8 points.
Now, whatever he's doing, it's working. He's already 4 of 5 from the field.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And the Raptors with some changes. White against Caruso. And the Raptors miss again. Well, it was the Raptors winning their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Pass to Jovic. Robinson a screen on White. Cullen passes to Robinson. Now Caruso. 4 on the clock. And he drives in. Robinson kicks to Monk. White against McCollum. Pass to Jovic. Can't hit from in close. Here's White. His last outing, he had 18 points. Good. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change. It's 6 already.
5 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Got it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Raptors lead by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, that's just great chemistry offensively. Everybody playing for one another and trusting each other. It's beautiful to watch.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. Fontecchio is out there with Wallace. Then it's Jock Landale. Then it's White, and it's Murray in a 2-guard.
C.J. McCollum. First personal foul. First team foul.
White looking around. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Yeah, it's been a close matchup, which we expected, and this could very well come down to some big shots at the end.
And you got to love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high-arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep. I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
White against Young. Pass to Fontecchio. Out to Wallace. Toronto working the ball around now.
Well, McCollum's speed can make him tough to shake as a defender. He's able to just stay in front of you and contest the shot.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, excitement building in Ontario ahead of this coming May when the WNBA makes its long-awaited launch north of the border. The Toronto Tempo will become Canada's first ever WNBA franchise. And with that league finding a rhythm, this debut feels right on time.
It is a beautiful thing. And Shams, we appreciate the report. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Back to you, Kevin.
Yeah, you got to roll with the bunches. Thank you, Allie. Now, here's Durant. He's got 8. Pass to Robinson. And the dunk by Robinson.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Wallace dishes to Murray. The Knicks pull it in. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
You have to take advantage of opportunities. That's exactly what they did, and really, that's all you can ask for.
Reed, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. Took him no time at all on that one. Durant's got the lead up to 9 now for the Knicks.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Here's White. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Now, here's Reed. Hasn't made one yet. Fades. And there's another one for the Knicks.
Well, his team is up, and he's a big reason why. And it's a little easier to shoot when you know you've got an advantage on the scoreboard.
Reed finds Durant. Over Wallace. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
The players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get. All right, that's 2 fouls, not a big deal, but you don't want to pick up that third before the half.
Some changes for Toronto. Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Fontecchio. Wells comes in for Cason Wallace. And it's Dort in for Kobe White. Now here's Wells. Fires the three. And again, no good by Toronto.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Outside, Reed. Fades and shoots. Durant, good. And it's an 11-point Knicks lead.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And now that we are witnessing the tail end of Kevin Durant's illustrious career, Tim, talk about his legacy.
Well, Kevin, without question, this is one of the all-time greats. Arguably the most effortless scorer the game has ever seen. Quite simply, he is one of one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Diawara's checked in, and Mikal Bridges subbed in for Young. Reed with a screen from McCollum. And Embiid pulls it down. Raptors trail by 10. Wells in the corner. Outside Williams. High post Embiid. A shot off that time. And so McCollum will bring it up for the Knicks. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And two teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw.
Now here's McCollum. Shot clock at 2. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Cason Wallace. He's checked in for Murray.
Number 22, Cason Wallace.
We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now here's Wells. Defended by Durant. Williams passes to Embiid. Shot clock at 5. The 19-foot shot. And again, no good by Toronto. And so it's the New York Knicks going into the break with a 10-point lead. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. They're deep, terrific alley. Thank you. And we'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Well, one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. KD is just different. The length, the shooting, the handles.
All right, let's switch it over. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
We've got Durant. Young is out there with Bridges. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Diawara in at the 4 spot. That's the group for Mike Brown as we get going here in the second half. Here's Durant. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Well, you think about clutch players, Greg, you think scoring. But is that accurate? Or can clutch be in any facet of the game?
It's in all phases. And you think of guys who always seem to come up with that crucial rebound or that big-time stop. Being clutch comes down to will as much as skill.
The shot by KD. No good.
That's 3 straight misses to start the second half. Not what they wanted.
Wells' shot is good.
And it's encouraging to see Dort drop dimes like that, wanting to round out this part of his game.
And so Mike Brown calls a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league. The Raptors in second.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
And Young kicks to Durant. Fires the three. Rebound by Murray.
And that miss makes them 0 for 4 to start this quarter. Not exactly the start they were hoping for.
That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Dort. And for all the talk, Jim, about Lou Dort's defense, how about his growth as a shooter?
Well, I think he understood to get more minutes, he had to be more consistent as a shooter. The defense has always been there, but the steady improvement has come with his three-point shooting, which makes him now an elite 3-and-D wing.
Who needs the NBA draft? I mean, Dort worked his way onto the team, into the rotation, and then turns into a key contributor.
Young dishes to Bridges. Outside, KD. New York needs to get off a shot. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot before second violation.
A moment here to check out Kevin Durant. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from three, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. The kick out to Williams. Back to Embiid. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bridges finds Durant. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Murray with it. Bridges covering. Young against Murray. Releases from 15, and the Raptors miss again. The Knicks leading by 3. In the corner, it's Bridges. Young against Murray. Pass to Durant. Durant going to work inside.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for this guy is just so unreal.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for New York. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Reed. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Bridges. And the Raptors also making a change. Wallace is checked in. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Toronto. Fontecchio's coming in for Jalen Wells. And it's White in for Dort. Murray right side. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And we've seen it more than once. DeJounte Murray has been traded for huge hauls.
And that shows you his worth in this league. Teams have been willing to give up a lot to get him. You don't see that kind of length and versatility everywhere.
The Knicks making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. And now Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thanks. Joel Embiid over the years has had some tough luck with injuries. He said, I've broken my face twice. I came back early with the risk of losing my vision, broken fingers. I still came back. I wish I was as lucky as others, but that doesn't mean I'm not trying to do whatever it takes to be out there. Back over to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Allie.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Malik Monk, he's checked in for the Knicks. And the Raptors also making a change. Arlo's checked in. Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Fontecchio. And again, Toronto no up. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for New York. They've led by as many as 11 points. Robinson passes to Monk. Here's KD. Robinson kicks to Monk. From outside, off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. For Toronto, they have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. Max Strus is checked in for Durant. And Toronto also making a switch. Jock Landale's checked in for Joel Embiid. Monk outside. The offensive rebound. Robinson kicks to Caruso. New York, no good that time either. Raptors trail by 3. Now, Fontecchio. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Wallace with the ball for the tie. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. It's the Knicks up by 3. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th, they've got DeJounte Murray. Jock Landale's out there with Fontecchio. Then there's Wallace, and it's White in at the point. Monk against Wallace. Monk, the pass to Caruso. 6 to shoot. Young looking around. And the first shot of the night for him, no good. Toronto shooting not great, 40% for the game. Here's Wallace. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Wallace has got the lead up to 2 now for the Raptors. And Young kicks to McCullough. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. Young inside. Wide out. And the dunk by Robinson.
Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Robinson's gone 2 of 3 from the field. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Kevin Durant's checked in for New York. And Toronto also making a switch. Embiid's checked in. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we've just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Outside Durant, they double team KD. Caruso kicks to McCullough. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
As this game tightens up, it's even more important to take care of the basketball.
Some changes for Toronto. Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Fontecchio. Wells comes in for Cason Wallace. And it's Dort in for White. And Mike Brown decides to call timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately. Toronto, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Dort against McCollum. Murray outside. Now Embiid from outside. Joel showing off the range.
That's great range. Joel Embiid has never been afraid to shoot the 3 if it's given to him.
Here's Durant. Fires from 18. Yeah, that goes in.
But when you need a bucket, he's your guy.
Raptors leading by 3. Murray. Off target from outside. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Outside Durant. And it misses. Toronto's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Durant rips down the rebound. The Knicks shooting 43% from the floor. It's Young on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Here's Durant. Caruso, a screen on Williams. Williams with the rebound. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for Toronto. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Shot no good.
He's been way off the mark in this second half. Just unable to get any kind of rhythm going.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
Yeah, this is one of those moments where everything is going to have to go your way.
And you know what? He had to clear some space for himself to get that rebound. Not an easy one there among the big boys.
Outside Bridges. Reed with a screen on Dort. Stolen by Dort. And here we go. Murray heading to the hoop. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be it. Go, Pat.